Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Now, carrying on with our breeding programs, you regulars would have remembered our Chilobrachys kaeng krachan, the giant dark earth tiger. And you'll also remember what an absolute nightmare she actually is. And she has managed so far to kill every one of her males. She has produced sacs, which she has then proceeded to eat. So we've never actually got one off of this particular spider. So you would have remembered when we paired them up a little while back, the male went in there and he pretty much ran straight in, and it was all over and done with very, very quickly, to the point where I didn't even think that he'd actually managed to do anything. I thought she just nailed him. Now, sometime later, she sort of vanished. Her behaviour changed. She was always out and feeding and bits and pieces, and then her behaviour changed. And this is what we look for in our females when we're pairing them. It's that change of behaviour that lets us know that we are maybe getting close to having a sac produced. And sure enough, she sealed herself in. So we've got two options now. She's either going to go ahead and have a molt, or she's preparing to have an egg sac. Well, as luck would have it, she produced an egg sac. Now that still doesn't mean that this egg sac's any good, because he really wasn't in there very quick. I mean, it was super, super quick. So what we're going to do now is we are going to pull this open. Now we checked this back on the 6th of the 10th, and she had it then. And it looked a little bit grubby, like she'd been rolling it around. So we're not 100% sure when she actually had it. What we do know is by working back from the 6th of the 10th, we know this has done a good 30 plus days, getting on for 40 days or so. So you can see here where she's webbed all this up, and you can see how she's deep down in there. And what we're going to do, we're going to use the torch, and we'll see if we can find her. Can you see her? She's in that back corner there.
Oh yes, we can.
Yeah, you see her?
Yeah.
Now she's holding that egg sac. So this is a really, really good sign, the fact that she's still got it. Because every time up until now, she's eaten them. So she looks quite chilled there, does she?
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to be chilled when we come to take it away. Right. So what we're going to do, we are going to, I think, it's always a difficult one when we got these fossorial spiders like this. What is the best way to get in to that egg sac? As you can see, there's a solid couple of inches of soil there. So we don't really want to break into that if we can help it. There's also a piece of bark there as well. So what we're going to do, if I turn this around, you can see in the front here, you might have to come up above here a little bit. This was the entrance to her burrow here, and all of this is webbing. As you can see, it's moving. This is all webbing. So we are going to literally see if we can't pull this out. And you can see, look at that, that's thick web all the way through there. She's completely sealed this off. She don't want no one getting in there. Look at that. Right, and I don't think we're going to get through there either.
It looks like there was a gap.
Yes, there is. What we've got here is there is a piece of bark that runs across the top here, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to break in through the top. Well, it's not actually a piece of bark, it's a neat, oh my god, it's a bit of wood. Right, we're going to try and go through here. Absolute nightmare. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this. Look at that, just solid web. She won't be needing that anymore. And we're going to come through the front. We're going to go through the front door. Now you have to be very, very careful of your fingers with these guys. These can be quite, if I turn that way a little bit. There you go. She should be down below this hole here. Being well. Right, she's moved.
Not surprising.
No.
There's that toe.
Yeah. Ah, there's the sac as well. I can see the sac now.
We can't.
Can we see it now?
Just about.
If you come down lower here, you'll be able to see that.
That wood's in the way. We got it. We got it. Wow.
We got the sac. Oh, it does feel, it feels good, guys. It feels good. Now then, there's our female.
Well, her toes.
Yeah, you can just see her toes. Now you can see she will be coming up for a molt. You can see she's got brown legs there. Now this girl is normally a really jet steely black. Absolutely stunning. So what we're going to do now, we've managed not to disrupt her home too much. So we're literally going to cover that up and we're just going to leave her be. Perfect. That went a lot easier than I was anticipating. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly spray that down. Let's get because now one of the things you'll find is when your female's been sat on an egg sac, we don't tend to spray the enclosures because we don't want to upset them. So it really is a case of not disturbing them too much. So everything dries out. And as you know, these particular spiders, they do like a little bit of humidity. But they're all right going dry just for that small amount of time. Just that couple of weeks, a month, where they're on their egg sac. But one thing you will find is she will be thirsty. So we make sure that we fill up her water bowl and we give everything a good spray down. And this will actually, in actual fact, encourage her to come out. And she'll come out and get a drink. So that went really, really well. Right. As always, we've got our nursery pot, just in case. It's always better to have one and not need it than need one and not have one. Right, look at, oh, did that move? Now look, you can see this is very, very pliable. Look at that. Wow. I do think this might be good. Please be good. I can hear her moving around in there. Here we go. Look how thick that sac is, look. Oh, look at that! Oh, that is marvellous.
Here she comes.
Here she comes. Yeah, I'll get a bit of film of her. See how she's pushed her way through? That is incredible. Let me take the top off. We'll leave the top off, and she'll come back. She'll come back.
Come on, girl.
We'll carry on with this, and she'll soon be out. See how quick they want to come out for a drink. But look at this, guys. Oh, I am so pleased. These have been, or this particular female has been the bugbear of the beastie room. She's eaten all of her males, munched every single one of them. And we had some really, really good pairings in the past, really good pairings. And they never came to anything. She always ate the sac. But look at that. That is a very, very full egg sac. I dread to think how many is in there. I think we might have to split this into 2 nursery pots, you know. What an amazing success. Look at that. The Chilobrachys kaeng krachan. Giant dark earth tigers. Is she coming?
She's got a toe.
Oh, yeah, look, here she comes. Now, you see, she will have to be pushing her way through that web. Where I've pulled some of it out, she would have lost the entrance to it, so she's going to have to force her way through. What an absolute dream. Now, it's a funny thing, but these particular spiders are not, they're not rare, they're not anything. But do you know what? When you struggle and struggle to breed something because it keeps going wrong, and then you manage to get it right, and everything works in the right way, it is such a wonderful feeling. And these, oh, look at them. Aren't they gorgeous?
It's got to be one of the best egg sacs for us, like.
Yeah. Really, really cool. This one's keen to get out already, look. Get back in there.
And that one.
Yeah, look. Now, there's going to be a lot in there. We're going to have to set up another pot. That is so good, so cool. Right. Has she come out?
She's not moved now. Just a couple of legs.
Yeah, probably this little bit of movement out here is making her think twice. Right, I'll leave you with that for a moment. I should just go and get a little bit more water. Right, for those of you that are not sure about the...
She's getting a drink there.
About the... are we still coming through? Didn't know if we'd lost the Wi-Fi. Those of you that are not sure about how our nursery pots work, we often get asked this. All it is, this is just a large deli cup. And then we get another deli cup the same size, and we cut the bottom off. So there you go. So it sits in there like that. And then we put water in the bottom here. And then with a whole piece of stocking, we can literally, we just go over like that. And you can see then, you see? And you remember before when we've moved slings and people worry about them, this is so soft. It's not going to hurt them at all. So we literally have that like that. And then with the lid on, there's no holes in the lid. We don't have no holes at all. So that creates pretty much an airtight top, although there will be a little bit coming through here. Now, with the water under here, we're looking at pretty much, you know, 99% humidity. It's really, really humid. And this is perfect for these tiny, tiny slings, because inside there, it is in fact, although it's dry, it is in fact humid. So we can literally just pour them in, and then we can spread them out. What we will do, we're going to have a look, see if we've got another bit of, because we have a number of these. We have them ready, and we've got loads of, yeah, look, that's a better bit of stuff, because you can see there, that's created like holes here, like divots. So what will happen is you'll end up with pockets of slings that will all be stuck down in there. And I prefer it when it's flat like that. It's much better. So there you go. That's given us a nice flat one there. Right. Only the best for our krachan slings. Now then, so we've got our 2 pots now. So what we're going to do, we are literally going to pour these out. There is loads. Look at them. Look at them. Oh my God, look. That is a massive, massive sack. So I'm going to get some on this one. I think we lost one down the side. Yeah, we'll pick that one up in a second. Wow. There we go.
We wanted krachans. We got krachans.
Look at them all. There is absolutely loads. Oh, just when you think it's all gone, there's a whole load more.
Wow.
What a wonderful thing. The easiest way is to literally shake them off, because we don't want to touch them if we can help it. Even with the paintbrush, they're quite tough, but they're also quite delicate. They've got delicate legs. Well, I think trying to count these is going to be fun. Very much so. I dread to think how many there is. I'm literally just going to flick these off. And it would also look like that we don't appear to have any bad ones.
Beautiful.
Absolutely superb sack. Right. So that isn't empty. So as you can see in there, you can see in the sack here, this is literally soft as anything. Super, super soft. But you would have seen there that the little ones can cling on to that, so they can hook into it. And then all these little things here, this is the first molts. So the pink bits are the actual first molt. So these are stage 2 nymphs now. So you can see on the end there, the little tiny pink bits, that's the first molt. And then you'll see, look, there's one hiding.
Oh, say we see him.
Look at that, one hiding. And you'll see that there's, in amongst the pink bits, there's like yellowy bits. And them yellowy bits,
If you keep still.
them yellowy bits there, they are in fact the actual casing of the round egg. So when she lays the eggs and they develop, they come into little tiny round yellow eggs. So you're not seeing a spider yet. That is the casing from that egg. So as the first nymph grows, then it kicks off that tiny like little outer shell. Now we've got one on the floor here, haven't we? One little getaway. Look at the abdomen on that. Oh. Good job there. Quite robust, isn't it? Here we go. There he is. Get them back in there. There we go. Well, what an amazing thing. Look at all of them. And you'll see there also as well how healthy they are. They've got such big plump abdomens. Huge abdomens. Now I wouldn't mind betting. Oh, do you know, I don't know how many there is.
Lots.
Oh, there's lots, yeah. You're not wrong. I wouldn't mind betting there's probably a good 500-600 there. Maybe even more. That is a huge, huge amount. Wow. Well,
That's so cool.
I am super, super pleased. We're going to put the backing board back on. Now, this is something actually as well, is I don't remember when the last time that we bred her, I can't remember if we had the backing board on or whether we did or not.
I'll have to have a look back.
So yeah, we'll have to have a little look. But I mean, it's obviously showing that for a spider that is generally quite nervous and has always eaten her sacs, that she's managed to settle down this time round, and she's done it. So this could be, we've had her from when she was pretty much a juvenile, really, a small juvenile, and we've had her maybe, must be getting on for about 5 years now, maybe a little longer. So there does seem to be the question when we're breeding our different spiders, one of the things that's coming up is that our spiders, it's the maturity of our spider. Now, it might just be the case that this girl now, being 5-6 years old, maybe 7 years old, she might just be coming into her own now, whereas before she was younger. Excuse me, she was younger. So maybe she just wasn't as confident and was a little bit nervous maybe. We'll never know. But we got there in the end. This is absolutely fabulous. I am so chuffed. So chuffed. Well, we will now try and get some footage of her later on. Because I know you guys, you do like to see her in the feeding videos. And I'm sure she's going to be pretty hungry now. So we should hopefully get a few shots of her out and about. And we might even...
She got a drink.
Yeah. What will happen is she'll come out and she will suck the water off of the moss, which is what this moss is absolutely fantastic for. And you'll often see your spiders sometimes, if you've got moss and they've been deprived of water for a little while, you soak it and they will come out and you see them like hunkering down into the moss and they're literally sucking the moisture out of the moss. So it's really, really clever. And it saves them having to go and find the water bowl. Once we put this back up on the shelf and it's nice and quiet and the room goes quiet again and we stop jumping up and down and cheering because we've got all these babies, she will come out. And oh, here she comes. She just kicked all that stuff out from the bottom here. Right down here. She was there. I just saw all that move.
She's having a tidy.
Yeah, she's probably having a good old mooch about down in there. I mean, we were lucky really that we managed to get that sac out as easy as we did. And we literally just swiftly pulled it away. And she didn't really have a hold of it. She was more interested in looking at us and seeing what we were doing, I think. She was looking at protecting it, but she didn't have a hold of it, which was in our benefit. It really worked well. Right then. I think we shall wrap it up there. That is an absolute success for the Beastie Room. I am so pleased. As with all of the slings that we produce here in the room, these will be a few weeks' time now, probably another 3 weeks or so. These guys will be available. They are absolutely fabulous. Come and have another look at these. Before we go, you've got to have a look at there. Look in there. Don't they just look exquisite? What a fabulous brood. Absolutely fabulous. Look at that. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right then. I think that's all we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see her. She's not going to come out. Right then. Don't forget. Be calm. Be gentle. And love your spider. and I will see you soon, guys.